Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is Expresso on S3, and we're still going down that road of just giving you some remarkable stories of inspiration. And today we want to share a story in particular about an organization that has been so incredible in transforming the lives of children in farming communities through things like education, health, and also nutrition. And since its inception in 2004, the Pebbles project has positively impacted thousands of children across various regions, including Stellenbosch and also Somerset West. And today joining us on the couch is somebody so beautiful. Would you like to do the introduction?
Of course. Hello, Sophia Warner, the founder and CEO of Pebbles Project, joining us to discuss their incredible work and vision. And I'm excited to hear a bit more about the inspiration and the vision behind this project. But first, welcome.
Well,
how does it
thank you.
feel to be up this early in the morning, spreading the love?
No, this early in the morning is not unusual, but just 2 hours of traffic is unusual.
Oh,
I don't normally have to do that, you see, so...
Oh, no, we're sorry about that. But
Stellenbosch is different.
it's different and it's far.
Well, the Pebbles Project, we've been hearing about this. We know that it's empowering. It's about the community. It's about ensuring that the scaffolding of building communities that are self-sustaining and are caring is there. So what was the vision starting this out? What was the actual mission statement when you got this going?
So the intention when we first started, we were looking at children affected by fetal alcohol syndrome.
Yes.
So impacted when the mother drinks alcohol. But since that very narrow brief, we have expanded hugely into the projects that we do. My sister's in the wine industry, and a lot of her friends, when I moved over from the UK, we decided the wine industry was an area that was not very well supported. The farming communities were communities that were also not very supported. So we thought, okay, there's a gap here that we can do some work.
Wow, and work you are doing, and we commend you. Thank you so much, Sophie, for really contributing so positively to a community that sometimes does, or communities rather, that sometimes does get forgotten. And you've been doing this for 20 years.
Yes.
That is incredible. 2004 was its inception. We're in 2024 now. And I can imagine that so many years of toiling, putting in the work, and also just garnering inspiration from what you do. So can you talk to me about that emotional journey and impact that the project has on you and perhaps you have on the project itself?
Sure. I think when we started, my intention was I was only going to stay in South Africa for a couple of years, maybe 3 years. Now, 21 years later for me, and 2 South African children, it's very much become home for me. And I think just emotionally, it's been an up and down journey. It's been hard work, but we set our sights quite high. We have high standards, and all of the staff, I mean, I haven't done this on my own. We've got a team of about 110 staff members.
Sure.
So everybody plays their part.
Incredible.
We're led by a board of trustees who also, you know, they just guide us and help us do our best, really.
It's beautiful to hear.
So we were talking about education, we were talking about health. I'd love to know a bit more about the programs and the initiatives that the Pebbles Project, you do your work with, because I'm certain that when an investor or anybody is going to, watch us now and says, hey, I want to contribute somehow, they want to know where the plugins are. So take us through some of those.
Well, the lovely thing is, because we've got such broad programs and initiatives, that if a donor's interested in one thing, we've got that. If they're interested in another thing, we've got that too.
I love that.
So we really work with the pregnant mums from conception and support the pregnant mothers through a healthy pregnancy. Then we work through first 1,000 days into early childhood development, critical time. You mentioned it before, absolutely critical to get it right when they're so small. Then when the children go off to primary school, high school, we support them after school in aftercare facilities on the farms. And then we run all the way through up to an early adulthood program where we support young adults between sort of 15 and 25. And the end goal is to get them employable, employed and successful going forward. So we fill every aspect of their lives. Underpinning all of the education programs is our health program. Where we provide healthcare services for the children and for the communities. And then we have a nutrition program as well, where we've got a kitchen over in Stellenbosch that produces about 4,000 meals a day.
Wow.
And feeds a lot of, not only our own Pebbles children, but a lot of other NGOs as well. So it really, it's like a one-stop shop of we address every need in their lives.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that. For investors, you have so many plug-in points there. Chat to Sophia. I think that there's a place for you if you want to get involved. It's really beautiful, this project.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
mean, I love that you've spoken about community because I feel like it does take a village, and that what you're doing echoes exactly that. So I wonder how, from the children to everybody in the farming area, how the community really does either step up or play its role in what you're doing.
Sure, I think one of the biggest challenges with the communities is lack of access.
Yes.
That's it. It's lack of public transport, it's lack of access to services. So that's really what we've been addressing, is making it accessible to have early childhood development, to have health services, but it's all accessible. So a lot of the time we also have to provide the transport to make things accessible.
Yes.
The communities are very on board. Some of them we've been with for 20 years since we started.
Amazing.
We've got a bit of a waiting list of other communities that want to come on board, but we only have like certain capacity. But the communities get on board. The farm owners also, in the wine industry, their interest and their focus is on making decent wine.
Of course.
If they're growing citrus fruit, that's what they do. They don't really get involved in any depth into the communities. So this is where we come in, and that's the gap that we can fill. So the farm owner carries on doing his thing. They're very supportive. Yeah, and the communities themselves, we've reached the point where we actually want to pass a bit more responsibility back onto the communities.
I love that.
They've been quite dependent on us for a while.
Yes.
So it's now time to say, okay, what are your issues on your farm and how can you fix it?
Yeah.
And how can we just be behind supporting?
Scaffolding.
Yeah, scaffolding, rather than it all coming from our organisation, but actually supporting the community, because one day we might not be there. They need to fly by themselves. Yeah.
Giving fish versus teaching how to fish, essentially.
Yeah.
I love
Brilliant.
that. Yeah. Oh my goodness, the work you're doing is incredible.
Nice.
And we wish you nothing but the best in terms of your expansion and continued just blessings coming your way.
Thanks so much.
It's going to be great. Pebblesproject.org. Please lean in and support Sophia's project. It's going to be incredible to see the entire community get together. And alongside shall these particular initiatives continue. And we'll showcase them right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.